Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Sam, don't know if you're aware, but you can customize your pack in your private room. Why not give it a try?
Okay, cool. So, yeah, why do we do that? Okay. Fabricate attachments. Grenade pouch, extra battery. Oh, interesting. Do I have an extra battery for skeletons or a grenade pouch? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. What, do I get to choose where it goes as well? No way. Huh. Okay, well, let's go. I can rotate it as well. That's very cool. Alright, well, I might as well just go like that, I guess. Can do another one as well. Not too worried about the battery pack, because that hasn't really been an issue so far. So look at accessories. Windmill. Okay. BBs are particularly fond of this accessory. It seems to improve their mood and help prevent them from becoming stressed. Then sure. We'll change the colour scheme as well, I think. Wait a second, can we... There we go. I can see it a bit better. So let's start here. Okay. I think we'll go with that one. Just to mix it up a bit. Let's do it. Alright, cool. We've got some new sunglasses here as well. So here's what we're going to do. So, yeah, I don't know what... So at the end of the last episode, when I was just coming in the distro centre, I just came around the corner on the bike and there was two of them porters right there and ran them both over and knocked them out. So, yeah, I guess they oh boy. Oh no. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so I'll just do all the bathroom stuff just so it's done. Then, yeah, then I'll be back. Then we'll read some emails and interviews, make sure we're up to date there. Check out our new sunglasses, and then we're off to meet the collector. So here's our new glasses. Pretty cool. I quite like that sandy colour, actually. Well, with a bit on top, maybe it's not so good. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I got a new colour for that. Is that one? Signal green. Okay. So I drank the 3 drinks, so we're all set there. With the extra bit of stamina. So let's try on these shades now then. Nice. Looking pretty cool. Okay. I think we might have quite a few emails actually. Yeah, 10, bloody hell. Okay. Well, let's start from the junk dealer. Junk disposal. Sandbridge, I have a job for you, should you be interested. A pile of junk has accumulated near my shelter, and it needs to be disposed of. There is a problem, however. Some of the aforementioned waste products may be contaminated by chiralium, which means that the only safe place in which to dispose of them is in the crater lake to the south. Should be easy enough for a bridges man such as yourself, but it's up to you whether you take the job on or not. It would certainly help me view you and your kind more favourably if you were to agree to help me, however. Okay, so that's what his wife was mentioning, right? We just chuck stuff in the lake. Film director, we used to pack into the theatres. I tried toying with that tablet you brought me, such a flimsy, cheap thing, and yet it was capable of displaying all manner of video and imagery, courtesy of my contract with Bridges. I suppose it could be useful in some respects, but the experience is ultimately lacking. Thumbs down. I long for the halcyon days when the people would pack themselves into movie theatres, when we'd laugh together, cry together, jump in fright together, when cinema was a communal experience. But then came the tyranny of the tablets, which reshaped how media was shot. All dramatic close-ups and cliffhangers designed to draw you into the next instalment. Bah! It was a far cry from the golden age of film, from when the silver screen reigned supreme. I tell you, I was born a century too late. Thinking face. Victor Frank. Started using utility pouches, Sam? Sam, my man, a lot of love for you here in Port Knot City. Everyone's talking about how you hooked us up to the network and took out that BT. Makes me feel a little better knowing about how Igor went out, knowing he was in the company of a real hero like yourself. Thumbs up. By the way, I've been wondering, you've been using the utility pouches. They make it real easy to carry an extra blood bag or two, and you ought to know better than anyone how much BTs hate the stuff. In fact, if you got a bag of red on you, I'd strongly recommend popping it in a pouch. Give it a try at least. I mean, what do you have to lose? Laughing face. Folks used to use all kind of pouches, you know. Haven't seen such variety for a while now. But back in the day, porters would rock customized backpacks decked out with a dozen or more specialized pouches. Who knows, if you're lucky, you might even find someone to design one just for you. Laughing face. Could be the beginning of a virtuous circle, if you ask me. The more you succeed in bringing our people together, the more likely you'll turn up some of these old pouch designs, which in turn ought to help you in your work to get others on board. Good luck, laughing face. Thomas Sutherland, take a dip in some hot springs. Feeling tired, Sam? Wouldn't blame you. After all, you're not a machine. You need breaks and whatnot. Laughing face. Lucky for you, I know the perfect place. Some hot springs, a hop, skip and a jump northeast of where the junk dealers hold up. The Crater Digestive Baths. As I believe they're called. Good for getting the bowels moving in case you're backed up, but the waters are also good for general aches and pains. Miraculous healing properties, apparently. Does one for a stressed BB even. Not one that's suffering from autotoxemia, though, obviously. Anyway, you should give it a try sometime. Thumbs up. Thomas Southland again. Order delivery for a prepper. Sam, I have a delivery request for you. There's a prepper out there who's got a special talent, calls herself a cosplayer, and she can apparently dress herself up to look like damn near anyone and anything. There's no one better when it comes to designing and making clothes and accessories, but she needs a new sewing kit to finish her current project. Would you find one and deliver it to her? I'm pretty sure she'd have something interesting to offer you in return. Thanks. Sewing kit. Can I see that somewhere? Film director, you really are unique, aren't you? Sam Bridges, maybe it's just my imagination, but ever since I signed a contract, I swear I've seen you at least half a dozen times here or there. Was that your hologram, perhaps? Surely it couldn't have been every time. Not when you came to see me bearing gifts. Thinking face. Nevertheless, it's hard to believe there's only one of you running around, though it's equally hard to believe that so many others could resemble you so very much. Goodness, could it have been a ghost, or someone masquerading as you, perhaps? Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? Thinking face. Well, you leave me no choice. Next time you come through, bring that Cupid of yours and make me an official member of the UCA. Oh. Hands together. You're the only one doing that for people, correct? That should prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're really you. Okay, the junk dealer, thanks for delivering the prototype. Sam, I heard you deliver the samples we provided. Thumbs up. Thanks for that. We really appreciate it. I know it's probably weird for you, me and her being separated and all. And I'm not going to pretend I wasn't a stupid asshole about, well, everything. Anyway, I just want to say that we're grateful. I just hope that stuff comes in handy one day. By the way, we've got a few more designs we're working on, so if you like the look of that kit, drop by our shelter for a gander. Hopefully the things we're working on will prove useful. If not to you, then to someone. See you around, Sam. Thumbs up. The Carol Artist, we got married. Big heart. How you holding up, Sam? You must have walked more than 1,000 miles by now. Try not to let it get to you. I'm sure it must be lonely work. Well, anyway, I wanted to get in touch and tell you that we got married. Hard. I know. Who gets married in this day and age, right? But through the Carol network, we got in touch with a priest and we said our vows, and that was it. Hard. Silly, maybe, but it seems to have brought smiles to a few faces, so thanks for making it possible. We owe you more than we can say. Laughing face, thumbs up. The Carol Artist mother, please look out for them. Dear Sam, wonderful news. My daughter's getting married. Oh, though you've probably been wondering, we're not related at all. Aha, that does make sense. I've never even been married, let alone had any kids. I took her in 5 or so years back after her parents died. She could barely speak a word of English. Her parents had been Japanese, but we managed in our own way. It's funny, until the moment we met, I thought I was destined to life all alone, but as soon as I laid eyes on her, that changed. I knew in my heart that I had to protect her, make sure no one ever hurt her, though I ended up doing that myself by being too overprotective in the end. I've tried to make up for it. My daughter's leaving the nest at last, and I couldn't be happier for her. All I can do now is pray and hope for the best, and I'd be awful grateful if you could look in on her and her husband from time to time, just to make sure they're doing okay. Hands together, thumbs up. George Baton, from the way station west of Capital City. A strange light at the incinerator. This is going to sound crazy, but you got to believe me, Sam. Hands together. So I was at the incinerator. They'd found a body near the way station and it needed to be burned. Crying face. Since we don't exactly have a team of corpse disposal guys on call, I was given the job. Went outside more than the other guys lately, so it makes sense. It wasn't like I could say no. Someone had to do it. Doesn't mean I wasn't scared shitless, though. Skullface. I don't have dooms or anything, but you don't need special powers to know when a BT's caught your scent, and I could tell they weren't far behind. I just wanted to get the job done and come home, but then one of the fuckers popped out of nowhere and nearly gave me a heart attack. Skullface. Somehow I make it into the incinerator without getting grabbed, and that's when things got really weird. I saw this glowing thing, this light, I guess. Wanted to take a closer look, but wasn't about to take any chances. I had to get the hell out of there. Can't stop thinking about it now, though. You should check it out if you have a chance. I wonder if that's going to be another memory chip. And we got some interviews. So let's do those. Prepper interview, the junk dealer. The junk dealer 6 months ago. Incredible, isn't it, this hourglass? See how the sand flows upwards? It's got chiral particles in it. That's why it moves like that. And look at the shape of the glass. So elegant, so delicate. Just like the girl who made it. Hard to believe it's even of this world. But it was made by human hands, all right. Crazy, isn't it? No wonder everyone in South Knot City knows her work. You can imagine how I felt when she gave it to me. Guess you could say it was a thank you present. She asked me to fix something for her, and this was what I got in return. You know, I've done jobs for all kinds over the years, but none of my other customers ever did anything like this for me. Most will just toss you a couple of likes, and that's the end of it. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a like or two. It's just, this was different. The moment she gave me this hourglass, I knew I wanted to be with her. Never happened, though. Ain't cut out for love and relationships. Don't have what it takes. Other people kind of scare me, to be honest. Still, even if we can't be together, at least we'll have this hourglass. Prep shelters. The Elder 2 years ago. Back before the Stranding, there was all kinds of companies selling all kinds of shelters. Hurricane-proof, earthquake-proof, disease-proof, war-proof, terror-proof. Probably had a recession-proof model, for all I know. Anyway, you could picture it all going to hell. They had a shelter for it. And the guys building them, military types, astronautical engineers, amateur enthusiasts. Anybody and his uncle was out to make a buck. But if you wanted something that'd actually last, you had yourself 3 solid choices. First, there's your American Survival Shelters units. They were a global military hardware supplier. Used to build big government bunkers, nuclear shelters, all that. They started selling to the general consumer right before the Stranding. Damn good timing, huh? Anyway, those babies were the creme de la creme. Next up, you had your Millennium Preppers. They made it big right after a string of terror attacks. Started out selling bank vaults and reinforced containers and the like. Wasn't hard for them to break into the shelter game, and they knew how to build them tough. Then there's your domestic guys, World Safety Housing, all about affordability they were. Cheap and cheerful. Well, as cheerful as anyone could be after the Stranding. Still, they did a lot of good for a lot of folks after things went to shit. Okay. Journal number 5, Unknown, writing in unknown. Heart and car, body and soul, the two become separated, you die, in this world at least. That death ain't the end, though. So long as your soul's got a body to come back to, you can be reborn, resuscitated anyway. That's why people build coffins and sarcophagi, to preserve the body so the soul had a home it could return to. I learned all this and more from an old book I found, The Wisdom of the Egyptians, chock full of interesting tidbits about death and how to overcome it. Like the golden death masks of the pharaohs, the ones decorated using magical adornments, indication of the wearer's prestige and power. Tell you what, if we've learned anything from the beach, it's that the Egyptians had it all figured out. That's why I've decided to give myself a mask. Not a death mask, though, but one for the living, for ruling. That's the last day anyone sees my face. I don't need it anymore. Is this, Higgs, maybe? Unknown, year unknown. A British way station out west just got taken out by terrorists, used a void out to do it. They dumped a corpse nearby and let it go necro, dropping BTs right in people's laps. Word is demons heard that Bridges was sending an expeditionary force out west to facilitate the reconstruction of America, or some such. Guess they didn't take kindly to that. Terrorists, separatists, isolationists, all these folks claim America is coming for their freedom, that the old guard wants to put them in chains, make the individual subservient to the collective. They ask what's it all for in a post-Stranding world when today's triumph is tomorrow's crater. Daddy used to spout the same tired line, said America never did nothing for nobody. That's why we took to living in a shelter. Better down in the hole than out there under the thumb. Yeah, he was a real saint, my daddy. Tried to run a few times, but he just dragged me back inside, kicking and screaming, where he'd put those heavy hands of his to work and remind me what happened if I disrespected his authority. Well, that's love, isn't it? His way of looking after an orphan child he raised as his own. He was only trying to protect me from the evils of the world, of the outside world. I owe him my life and my powers too. The first time I ever sensed a BT was when I held him, moments before he went necro. Just like when I dumped the prepper's body, my daddy showed me that corpses are precious, powerful things. They're so much more than bombs. Terrorists ought to treat them with proper respect. Okay, again unknown. I've had us team up with a bunch of porters who service a central part of the country. Had to be done. The writing was on the wall for my crew otherwise. And guess what? Their leaders got dooms. I got a feeling we're going to be good friends. Demons and terrorists have been getting more aggressive ever since the Bridges expedition team set out. As if BTs and mules weren't enough. Now we've got to keep our eyes peeled for those assholes when we're making runs. All the more reason we've got to come together, get organised. Me and my new partner, we've been talking about consolidating our operations so we can cover the whole continent. If we do, I suppose that'd make us like the UCA in some respects. Different structure and methods, but similar ideology. A deep and abiding belief in the importance of community. But the devil's in the details, isn't it? Rules, structures, can't just let people make decisions for them. And therein lies the risk. Can't have us repeating the sins of the past with another USA. And demons, well, they ain't about to think for themselves. At the end of the day, a community needs a strong leader. And the God's honest truth is that I'm the only one cut out for it. Unknown again. The rumours I've heard about my new partner's powers don't do her justice. I knew she had dooms. Yeah, this has got to be Higgs, isn't it? And then his partner would be fragile. But she's on a whole other level. I tell you, I've never seen anything like it. Not only can she perceive BTs, but she can actually use the beach. Yeah, gotta be. Well, I suppose it could be Amelie, but no, I think it's probably fragile. Compared to hers, my powers are nothing. Parlour tricks, courtesy of a few corpses. But it doesn't matter. Not so long as I've got her. Before we met, I was bound by the limitations of my abilities. I was a blind man groping for shadows in a secret realm. But now, because of her, I can actually go to the beach. The beach. With her by my side, I can reshape this world. Not into what it was with the old USA, not what Bridges wants. Something new, something everlasting. Right here and now, a world where we are free to do whatever we goddamn please. Okay, unknown again. My partner's powers are extraordinary, sure, but deep down I know the two of us alone don't have what it takes to bring true lasting freedom to the people. Everything we've done, that we continue to do, no matter how much it may seem to bring people together, it's still a far cry from the way it should be. Timefall, BTs, chiral clouds, all this and more serves to cut us off from the rest of creation. And I have to say, I don't think that's ever going to change. Even people like me and my partner, we have our limits. But now I've met someone who has none, someone who could save the world from this madness, make it whole again, put our shattered pieces back together. Okay, this is an asexual world counsellor 3 years ago, Bridges HQ. Records suggest that the widespread aversion towards physical contact and intimacy was a phenomenon that had been observed even before the Death Stranding. One contemporary report, for example, details the increasing popularity of the sexless lifestyle among young people. A growing percentage of the younger couple were self-identifying as asexual, claiming to be incapable of feeling desire or attraction. Accordingly, such individuals were less likely to have children or engage in sexual activity. It should be noted, however, that many other unique sexual identities were being recognised during this period, such as demisexuals who are incapable of sexual attraction without an emotional connection, and panromantics who profess an attraction unrestricted by sex or gender, albeit one not necessarily sexual in nature. One theory posits that the Stranding accelerated the proliferation of these sexualities. In a terrifying new world in which BT's roam and annihilation is an everyday occurrence, people have grown reticent to form emotional connections with others. Although there has been no measurable decrease in human fertility, the birth rate has nevertheless dropped dramatically. Instances of sexual harassment and assault have also seen a sharp decrease, which seems to suggest that sex could not be further from our minds. For better or for worse, I must preempt myself by admitting that I do not have any empirical data with which to support the following claim. That said, it is my contention that, based on the aforementioned observation and others, the vast majority of the population could be categorized as asexual. Well, there we go. And we got some memory chip stuff. What do we got? Was it another bike? Yep. Pretty cool. And an Unknown Man's Journal Part 2. Huh. Let's go meet the collector. Or try to, anyway. I wonder if this is the one where we need the that sewing kit. I'm sure I had that at some point. Okay, so what do we got in the private locker? No, I need to go back up to Lake Knot City as well, don't I? Got quite a few things, but that's right. Okay, I think we're pretty good here. Extra pair of boots, we're looking okay. So let's just see if there's a sewing kit in here. Just load lost cargo. I suppose I could grab some of that to when we go back to Lake Knot City, but for now let's go meet this collector. We'll see if we can anyway. Yeah, these are the guys I just knocked out. Yeah, sorry guys. Didn't mean to. Alright, so we're going over here.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Is that the tower I want to aim for? Yes, okay, good. That's fairly easy target then. Whoa, 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 whoa. Steady on now.
There we go.
How close are we to the... we are going to have to go in there, aren't we? But we haven't got anything, so we should be alright. Gonna have to go down into the canyon there. What was that rope I saw? Okay, go down this way. Ooh, 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 ooh. Getting a bit impatient here, gotta settle down. No, stop. I need to be up there, I think, don't I? Huh. Cool.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear.
So, is there anyone here? Okay. Okay. Do we not going to see anyone
Order
then?
assigned.
Okay, well, maybe we need to do this to get them to open up.
Restrictions lifted.
Oh, cool. Nice. Right then. Let's go mule hunting. Are they coming down here? Oh crap. Oh boy. So I'm guessing it's going to be in there, isn't it? 3 out of 3. Why are these? Oh, okay, because I've started them. Right, okay. So they're all in there, okay. Well, that's where I need to go then. Not much in the way of cover. Is that long grass there? Someone see me then? Okay. Who spotted me? There's those guys down there, crap. Oh, there's people over there too. Oh yeah, they spotted me. Okay. Run! What the? Oh my god. Damn it. I have no idea where I'm going. Is that a bridge? Oh my god. Am I completely boned here? Oh crap. Well, I did not see that hole. Sorry, BB. I will comfort you as soon as I can. Crap. Oh, I'm so dead. Right, you. Calm down, calm down, calm down. They lost me. Nope. Let's head to their place though. Oh my god, that was terrible. We're alive. Cargo. Just completely didn't see that bloody great hole. Okay. Alright then, baby, how you doing?
That's right,
These air bubbles making little hearts. Okay, that'll do.
disgusting.
Oh, did he eat it then? Okay, this kind of does it automatically if you need it.
So bad.
Might be a little damaged though.
Bridges ID.
No, not too bad. Okay, I was expecting worse.
Fragile Express ID verified.
There's only 1 out of 3. So there were others. Okay, I guess I need to go to the other post boxes too. Well, let's just do it. See if we can get someone talking at least.
Delivering cargo.
There we go.
Hello? Hello? Oh, a delivery. Indeed. This should suffice. You never fail to meet expectations, do you?
So you want to join the network?
I suppose you've piqued my interest in the outside world somewhat. However, as I still have reservations concerning the UCA, I'd prefer to enter into a contract for the time being. I trust that won't be a problem?
Alright, cool.
It's done then? Excellent. I will be sure to test the connection shortly. Should I require your services again, I will contact you.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Ooh, it's going back up there, is it? Ooh, I don't really want to go back in there again. But I would like to get this guy properly part of the UCA. Okay. We'll do that one and that one. And we'll do those mule ones another time. Hopefully other places will now have deliveries to be dropped here, and that will get us the extra stars, you know. Right, now is that next paver there? I guess I'm going to have to go over there, am I? Oh,
Weapons
aha.
restrictions lifted.
That's probably an easier way to get up there, is it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so I think we'll back to the distro centre there, grab the bike, go to the end of the road, see if we can see the next
Nice.
is he not fully involved yet then? Or what? Yeah, he is. Why is that line still there then? Maybe because he's not UCA. Let's read his email though, just to see. Well, we've got a couple. Let's just read them on the fly for this one. The junk deal. How's my ladder working out for you? Hey Sam, you find a use for that ladder I gave you? Built it with my own two hands, you know, so it's one of a kind. Not some run-of-the-mill gadget, laughing face. For one thing, and you've probably noticed this already, it's coated with chiral crystals. Little trick I picked up from my better half, as you might have guessed. Downside is that coating renders it unprintable. Not that you'll ever have to fabricate a replacement, of course. We're talking super lightweight and time for resistant to boot. It's the last ladder you'll ever need, unless you lose it. You haven't, right? Laughing face. Anyway, let me know what you think, okay? Feedback is always welcome. I can't remember where I put that. The chiral artist mother. What do you think of the chiral boots? Dear Sam, thank you again for everything you've done for us. Thumbs up. I've been wondering, how are those chiral boots of yours holding up? My daughter's the one who made them, in case you didn't know. I'm not too sure how they work myself. Something about chiralium coating making them extra durable. I'd be worried about chiral contamination myself, to tell the truth, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't wear them and just held on to them as a keepsake. Having said that, if I know anything about you, Sam, you're going to want to try them out at least once. You strike me as someone who values the practical over the ornamental, laughing face. My daughter made several pairs like that, you know. She's really quite something, isn't she? Thumbs up. Anyway, if you do decide to take them for a spin, let me know how they treat you. The Collector. Here we go. We used to have things called magazines. Back before the Stranding, there was a medium known as the magazine, a collection of articles and pictures printed on paper. Some magazines had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of readers. At the height of their popularity, it wasn't rare for people to get all of their information and news from them. Journalists and editors would collect data, conduct interviews, and compile them into weekly or monthly issues, and readers would devour them with relish. My own father was the editor of a popular magazine, one that published hints and strategies for beating popular video games, laughing face. Sadly, not long before the Stranding, digital media rose to prominence, and that spelled the end for print publications, crying face. Thanks to the internet, anyone could produce content, and anyone could consume said content. People became their own editors, their own curators of truth, as it were. But my father was always one to swim against the tide, and so he stuck with print, in spite of the writing on the wall. They called him the last editor-in-chief. Over the years, he amassed a massive number of magazines and newspapers, all of which I was free to peruse growing up. After he passed away, I took up the mantle of continued expanding the collection. But now, in this post-Stranding world, we have the chiral network. It's incredible technology, but will it be no different than the internet in the end? I, for one, have no desire to see it descend into a cesspool of abuse and misinformation. If nothing can be done to prevent that, then I want nothing to do with it. Thumbs down. Fair enough. Can't really argue there. Really hope these
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons
horses are still down. Yep, they are out for the count.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
Everything all right, Zep?
Good work. New order available. Please
Have
access
you got
the
anything for the collector there? Time for farm, junk dealer, weather station. Nothing for the collector yet. Okay. Okay, let's go see if we can do this. Find this, what do you call it? Paver. And then we'll probably head back to Lake Knot now, actually. But I do need to go up to that old shopping mall where the BTs are and everything. Okay. Wait, where's my bike?
stand clear. Vehicle ready.
so we found it. We might be able to get a decent way towards it. Just gonna get over there first. Okay. So let's see what this does. Okay, nice. Oh, this is heading into this area. Excellent. That's very cool. Okay. So let's do that, and that. So that leaves us just with ceramics 500. Very cool. So yeah, just thinking now, how's gonna be the best way to do this? Because that's gonna go right over there, isn't it? That's great. Okay, so we'll probably do that next time. We'll do that order for the collector, because I want to get him, you know, fully on board, part of the UCA, all that. And while we're out there, because we've got to go past the craftsman, so I might see how he's doing on the ceramics front. And that might pick so because it's pretty much 500 on the dot, so we should be able to wrangle that up fairly well. So yeah, what we'll do is we will start next time over at the distro center, and we'll go do that. Go over into PT territory again.